Hello you guys and welcome to my channel. I'm so excited to have you here. Here is another Vlogmas video, but today, as you can tell, it is going to be a sit down video because it is Friday. It is MLM horror stories time where I read your guys' MLM horror stories that you send to my email, which I have linked down below if you want to send me your MLM horror story, either to just tell me or to be featured in a future video. So this video is actually my first ever real collab with someone, which is really exciting. So this video is in collaboration with Isabella. Here is her YouTube channel. Oh, love her so much. So this video is in collaboration with her. She will also be uploading an MLM horror stories video today for you guys to go and check out. And included with that, there's going to be a huge giveaway. So this video, you're getting MLM horror stories, the best of both worlds. You're getting Isabella's MLM horror story videos. So you not only get my video, you also get her reading MLM horror stories, and you also get and could be entered into this huge giveaway me and her are doing. So I am going to talk about the giveaway at the end because I know you guys want me to get straight into these stories with the giveaway. I will just say before we get to the end, it's one of the biggest giveaways I've ever done. Last year around Christmas time, I did a giveaway once a week and I would give away little things here and there. I was a pretty small creator, still am a small creator, but this year being able to collaborate with Isabella, we were able to get the biggest box of our favorite goodies. So I can't wait to tell you guys at the end. So please, please, please make sure to stay to the end to see what's going to be in the giveaway and how to enter the giveaway, because there are going to be 3 steps for you to take in order to enter. So, oh, and I will also link Isabella's channel and MLM horror stories video down below for you guys to go and check out. So with all of that being said, grab your water, grab your tea, grab your coffee, and let's get into today's MLM horror stories and giveaway collab. Okay, I'm so excited. So the first MLM horror story starts with Pushy MLM Friends, which, I can only imagine what this is gonna say. So she starts off by saying, "Hey girl, my name is Sarah. I love your channel and I listen to your anti-MLM videos all of the time. Sometimes they're just what I need when I'm having long days stuck at home with a crazy toddler. Just wanted to share my story. You can share my name. A friend invited me to her oil parties. I ignored her first message and decided to be fair and message back a nice reply. Backstory. I had some PTSD from when my daughter was born. I had a very long labor and had a C-section after 45 hours. Oh my Lanta. Not long after my daughter was born, she had complications and stopped breathing. I developed PTSD and anxiety. My quote-unquote friend used that as a sales pitch and I couldn't have felt more betrayed. She was a friend from college and church and I haven't talked to her since. It's pretty crappy what lows people will go to just to pitch a sale. I've attached screenshots of the text exchange. Also, a friend selling Monat. She tried to recruit me and I declined because I couldn't justify putting the money into when my husband works his butt off for every penny we have. Plus, I want a free shampoo from a drawing she did and my hair started falling out. I attached some text between her and I as well. Thanks for reading my story and doing what you do." So we're going to read this first one. So clearly she said she has a friend that does oils, whatever. So this is the message that she sent. Her friend in the MLM goes, "Hey, do you think you'll be able to make it to my oil party? It's in a couple of weeks." Our girl said, "Hey, I'm sorry, I don't think so. My mom will be down in a couple of weeks and I want to spend as much time with her as I can." MLMer responds with, "Okay, sounds good. I just know some of these oils could really help with your PTSD and anxiety or whatever else maybe." Okay, and now here's the Monat hun message. So my girl messaged her and said, "Hey, it's fine. I understand. Not sure if it's related, but I used the shampoo and had some decent hair loss. I switched back to other shampoos and the hair loss has gone down significantly. I didn't want to tell you because I know it's not your fault. I'm glad it's worked for you, but I can't really endorse something I don't trust or can't trust. Does that make sense?" MLMer responds and says, "Oh, totally makes sense. Just want to explain with Monat because what it does is clean your hair without silicones or chemicals. It's a process to get your hair to the true clean and health it's meant for. Shedding is a part of that. It's just ridding the scalp of dead hairs that were staying due to silicones. Monat is actually endorsed by medical field for hair loss, but yeah, just explaining." So first off, the whole friend with the oils thing, it's ridiculous. The fact that people literally use their MLM oils or product, whether they're a health and fitness MLM, they will take their MLM, they will put it on people's health mental health diagnosis and sometimes actual physical, issues. And I just don't think that's okay. If someone's struggling with something like anxiety, depression, or any mental health disorder, those are things that need, some people need help for that. They need either medication to, learn how to deal with what it is that they have. And it takes a lot of people going to therapy, including myself. And I just don't know where people get this bright idea that it's smart to essentially use people's mental health disorders to be a selling point. I don't get it. It's very frustrating. And then the other friend, I'm not really going to comment about this Monat thing because I'm not a hair stylist. I didn't go to school for hair. I have a decent amount. So my hair is pretty long. But if you are a hairstylist or anything like that, you've gone to school, gone to cosmetology school, or whatever else you may have to do for hairstylists, can you please comment down below and I will pin this comment, or pin the comment that, explains it the best. But I really want to know, what is the process? If someone is using products that have silicones and stuff in it, and then they go to a product that doesn't have any of that crap in it, what is your hair supposed to do? Are chunks of it supposed to fall out? Are you supposed to get scalp sores? Are you supposed to literally have holes in your head from having hair loss? I would just love to know from an actual, professional standpoint, because I can read things online and Google things, which I have, but I'm curious what you say, anyone who's in the professional field, because that just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense that you'd be shedding that much hair to where people are saying that they're having scalp sores and things like that. I just a little bit confused by it all because I don't see that happening. I used to actually use, Tresemme, which I heard isn't the best, right? Years back, I used to use Tresemme, and then I moved to products that were actually really, really, really good, like Olaplex and things like that my hairstylist recommended. And now my hair is super healthy, but I never shed that much, like to the point where all of my hair was falling out. So I would love to know if you know the process for that. But let's move on to the next MLM horror story. Ooh, so this is a pampered chef story, which we haven't had a pampered chef one, I feel like, in a really long time. So this one says, "Hey Deanna, I love hearing all of your YouTube videos. It's insane how far some people go. I would appreciate it if you didn't mention my name. This happened when I was a little girl, about 10 years old. So my family went to a Christian church and I made a friend there that was my age. She invited me over a couple times to hang out and it was okay. One time her mom asked if my family wanted to join for dinner when they came to pick me up. My parents agreed and brought my little sister as well. She was 5. When they pulled up, all the tools and ingredients were on the counter. So my mom was like, okay, maybe we're waiting for her to cook still. No, she invited everyone over to show how great Pampered Chef is and all of the amazing things that you can cook with. So she had used my parents making noodles from scratch and used their noodle maker thing. The entire time she has her 4 kids, all between the ages of 5 and 11 years old, say how great the equipment is and that they should buy it. Needless to say, my parents were pissed and never went over again. We thought this was the end with the family since I wasn't having that much fun with the one daughter, and then this incident. Unfortunately, when social media became a thing and I joined social media around 15 years old, I received a message from this girl. It was fine at first, just asking me how me and my family are. She then goes on to ask if she can come over. She moved 2 hours away. Wonder why, haha. So I said sure. After I agreed, she said that I should bring a couple of my friends over as well, and she can show me the new business she got into. Surprise, surprise. Her mom convinced her to sign up and reconnect with everyone that was from her past. As soon as I received this, I told her never mind, and that was it. I haven't spoken since and don't plan to ever speak with anyone from that family again. I find it insane that mothers sign their teenagers up and make them reconnect as well with people from their childhood to get involved. Thank you. So first off, you were 15 when you got a message again. That's underage. You're not allowed to sign up for MLMs or anything like that underage, especially in the United States. I would have to clarify with other countries about that, but that's really messed up. One, that she ended up getting her daughter involved because she's gonna profit off of her daughter. Like, I don't like that, because what happens when her daughter doesn't make money, right? And then her mom, what if she does? What if she does climb to the top and then her mom's making all this money and her daughter's making no money? It doesn't make sense to me. It's really messed up. I feel so bad for her. And then her mom wanted to say, oh, reconnect with people from your past. This is a huge tactic that people like to use, which is why you may see the jokes where people, like to lighten the mood and they'll make jokes like, oh, your friend from high school is gonna message you. you. And they're saying that because it really does happen. It is a common tactic for your upline to tell you like, oh, reach out to like your high school best friends or friends in college, and that person ended up being the mean girl and no one actually really liked them, and then now they're selling an MLM product. So it's very common for people to say, oh, contact people from your past. But I find that really messed up. No one wants that. Like, no one wants to be reached out to because of that reason. Like, I actually know a girl from elementary school. We knew each other from elementary school. We were best of friends when we were that young, and then she moved away, you know, further away, so we weren't going to school anymore, so we kind of lost touch. And we reconnect now. We literally have each other on Facebook and stuff, and I wish this hoe would have messaged me saying, oh, you want to join my business? And that's the way she reconnected. But that wasn't. We just started talking to each other. No one that you haven't talked to in a long time wants you to reach out to them for a business venture, because you're looking at that person like a dollar sign now. You're not looking at them as a human. You're not thinking about their feelings. You're thinking about you and what that person can do for you. So they end up being like a business transaction instead of trying to reconnect with an old friend that you feel, you know, you can have a connection with. So I find that just slimy. Let me know if that has happened to you. Comment down below. I really love hearing you guys comment down below your stories. I love reading them, or like what you connect to when I'm reading people's MLM horror stories. So let me know if that's ever happened to you. If you've had someone reach out to you trying to reconnect, but all they wanted was to recruit you into their MLM. I need to know. Ooh, so this next one, I had just scrolled down to see how long the email was, and all I seen was thousands of dollars being lost. So this isn't gonna be a good one. So this is Cutco craziness is like, you know, the subject line in the email. So it goes, hi, my name is blank. Please keep me anonymous. I work for Cutco for a summer after I graduated high school in 2013. I was desperate for a job, and I saw a sign advertising a job that would pay $15.50. I got an interview at a house turned office and got the job. I'm glossing over some details of the interview to get to some more problematic stuff. At the time, I had no idea what an MLM was and knew nothing about the business structure. When I started, they had me start with my family for appointments. I don't have a big family, so I quickly ran out of people. I go to church, so they recommended I bring in the church member list and write down anyone's number for whom I recognized. I realize now that's really scummy and weird, but back then I was doing what I was told to be successful. I knew a significant paycheck would only come from commission, which depended on having multiple appointments lined up every day. I must have called over 100 people. I was then recommended to reach out to my parents' co-workers, so I did that. And then when I ran out of that, I had to reach out to old teachers and friends' parents from my high school. It was so embarrassing at this one appointment at a former teacher's house. This teacher was also a personal chef on the side, so I thought she would be perfect for my product presentation. Well, it was actually the opposite. She had super great knives already and compared them to Cutco knives, and her knives were better. She then proceeded to teach me how to make my own salsa using her knives. I felt so awkward, but at least I got salsa to take home. By the way, if you don't know, Cutco is a place where it's essentially like door-to-door sales in MLM, where you sell knives. That's what you're trying to sell to people. Another appointment was in the evening, and I ended up getting lost. And this couple's house was 30 minutes from mine, and I wasn't familiar with the area. I ended up being 2 hours late, and they rushed my presentation and didn't even buy anything. I felt so defeated because I wasted so much gas and my phone died. And you don't get reimbursed for travel costs. I likely spent more on gas than I ever got paid. Most of my appointments went over the suggested hours since building rapport took more than 15 minutes, Cutco or Vector suggested. So basically, because of the $14.50 appointment rate, I basically got minimum wage since it's $7.25 an hour in my state. Imagine working minimum wage while driving everywhere and then having to use your small paycheck to fill up your car. The one big break I got, I sold the biggest set Cutco offered costing over $1,000. Well, I was there for about 4 hours because I wanted to make sure all the details were right, and they were so friendly and chatty. A small detail is that if you sell this much, the customer can get free items because of buying so much, which is enticing for them to spend more. But the extra items came out of what I got from commission? Oh, that's messed up. So I basically was paying for their free stuff. So after the free stuff they got, I ended up making only about $100 from the sale. I never had a big sale like that after. Okay, let me stop really quickly because this makes me really angry, and this brings up a really great point that I actually seen on one of Isabella's videos. I was watching one of her videos and this idea was brought to my mind, so I commented commented it on her video. I'll try and find the video I'm talking about, but when you see these people talk about, ooh, I sold $1,000 worth of sales, or my team sold, you know, $2,000 this month, or sometimes people say we're $1 million sales team, or my team has sold over $1 million worth of products. That's not always a good thing because, well, one, you're scamming a bunch of people, but that's beside the point because they probably don't know they're doing that. They probably really think they're helping people by selling a product, right? But you have to do the calculations on that, because if someone says their team sold $1 million, or let's just use her $1,000 as an example. She sold $1,000 worth of products and only made $100. That's not even talking about the free stuff situation that's so just beyond messed up. But you have to remember that when people are in this MLM, they're not barely making a cut of what they're selling. So I know for Beachbody, I'll just use them as an example, a challenge pack, so a package would be minimum $160. So guess what? You just sold something for $160 and then you only made $50, which means that the company is probably making 10 times more than you, and you only make a small portion of what you sold. So I would always recommend, if you see these people talk about, oh, my team sold $1,000 worth of products, I recommend you go to that company's terms and conditions or comp plan and see how much they make, like the percentage wise. See how much these people make from commissions. Because sometimes people only make 20%, 25% of what they sell, and that's not even what, let's see what she made. So it was $1,000 and she made 100, meaning we do the math. This girl made 10% of what she sold. And we don't know how much these Cutco knives are, right? How much they cost Cutco to make or to buy, wherever they get their knives from. And they're probably making 10 times more than that. Because say the knives only cost $100 to make. You just made Cutco $800, right? You made $100, then $100 was because of how much the product cost to make. And then $800 went to Cutco, went to them profiting. So I feel like people really forget about that. They'll see these big numbers like, oh my God, that team sold that much. Holy crap, that's so much money. No, it's really not. A lot of the times it's not that much money. They literally aren't talking about the percentage they made as a sales team. They're talking about the percentage before their cut of commission, which is really messed up. So alone, that's really messed up. The fact that Cutco, in order for these people to get free products, the consultant has to pay for it, that's a scam in itself. Like, that's not right. That's so disgusting to me. If you're going to give a free product to somebody, it needs to be free. Like, you're handing them out, okay? You're handing these products out for free, not just making your independent contractor do that. Oh, so messed up. Let's continue. She said, and this cut down on how much I technically sold to them. So I only technically sold $700 worth of product. This was a big deal in a bad way because I was competing in a challenge that week, which was if you sold over $1,000 that week, you would get a big bonus. Well, since I only could sell $700, even though the customer paid $1,000, I didn't qualify for the big bonus. I didn't know about the detail until after the fact. Oh, and this is big. My manager told me about an app, I don't know what it's called anymore, that helps you look up people's phone numbers by using a map. All you had to do was look up a target neighborhood and take down the phone numbers associated with each address. I know this was legit because I looked up my own address and other family members and the phone numbers were correct. So this also is how I got numbers of mansions in rich neighborhoods. I cold called so often after this. I'm not proud of this at all. I cringe thinking about it. I was blinded by my greed to be successful, like I had seen in the videos we watched when being trained on being successful in Cutco. As it mentioned, a typical day of a rep going from mansion to mansion selling $700 worth each house. Cutco will forever have a place on my never again list. Oh, I feel so bad because she did mention like, oh, from my greed, but I feel like a lot of the time, okay, so a lot of the times people at the top become greedy because they see the amount of money coming in. They may even start to realize, damn, I've been brainwashed. I've been manipulated. I'll leave a link down below to a live stream I actually did a couple weeks ago where I go over this, where a Beachbody coach literally said, oh, she believes Beachbody's toxic. And I feel like when you're that high up and you realize what you're doing, you realize you're preying on people, you realize that you've been brainwashed, you realize this is probably scamming a lot of people because I'm making a lot of money and my downline's making nothing. That's when it becomes a problem. That's when people should feel greedy or feel that guilt if they continue, not if they realize these things and then they quit, right? I feel like that's what happened to this person. She realized this wasn't good. She realized this isn't really doing anything. I'm not making money. I'm having to pay for these free items. I feel like she was really a victim to the MLM and the structure that the MLM had, not that she was greedy. But if she feels that way, I'm not gonna like deny how she feels or how she acted in that moment. Maybe, you know, she was greedy, or I feel like everyone's looking for a job, right? Everyone looks for a job. Everyone looks for a way to make money. So all in all, I feel like we all need it. We all need money to survive. So I feel like that's what she was doing. She was in need of a job. She found this, you know, place. She got interviewed and she thought this was a job, but a job that you would make off, you know, commissions, like a car salesman or whatever. So I don't know. I don't feel like this person was greedy. Let me know down below what you guys think. I really don't think she does or is, because it seems as if she quit once she realized like how shady everything was. But thank you so much for sharing your story. I know that wasn't like an easy one and you probably lost a lot of money. I'm not sure how much money you actually put into the MLM, but I hope that you're doing okay now. And let's move on to the next MLM horror story. I feel like I'm talking a lot today. So sorry, you guys. Again, giveaway is going to be at the end. I'm just really excited about that. I'm just talking up a storm. Okay, so this one says Sidecore Nightmare. Okay, let's see what this is about. It's a very long one, by the way. It says, hey girl, I have recently come across your series with MLM horror stories and binged every single one. I love your videos and I'm so excited to come across your channel. After watching all of your videos, I had just wanted to share a few experiences I have had with MLM. This MLM is quite possibly one of the most devious MLMs I've ever come across, and they hide the fact that they are an MLM very well. This is why I'm writing you, because I would love to spread awareness about this MLM. They go under the umbrella names of Sidecore, Smart Circle, etc. There are so many different names, it is hard to keep track, and they constantly change their names, individual business as well, which makes it hard to do research on these companies. If you need to do any further research to get the full understanding of these companies, the Slave Circle video on YouTube by Precision Independent Media does a great job of explaining the MLM and their cult-like mentality. After years of dreaming about moving in together, my best friend and I finally got an apartment of our own. We literally put together all of the money we had, which was not a lot, we were only 19, to pay security deposits, and even went as far as picking up furniture on the side of the road because we didn't have enough money to afford furniture. Side note, looking back, I have to laugh at the struggles we went through. It was definitely character building and we chose to learn our lessons the hard way. It was one of the best times of my life, even though we could barely afford our bills. We were inseparable and always figured out a way. After about a year of living together, my best friend slash roommate lost her job. She ended up in a pretty vulnerable position financially, and it took a toll on her mental health. She spent every day searching for jobs on different sites like Glassdoor, etc. She finally came across a position that sounded right up her alley. When I got home from work, she was so excited to tell me about the interview she had just been scheduled for, and that she was interviewing to be some sort of assistant brand manager, something that sounded fancy. They always hype up the position and pull the wool over people's eyes to make them think it's something special. I was happy for her and hoped she would get the job and start to find her way again. After she interviewed, she came home completely excited and fired up for this business. They made it seem like they only had a few positions left and they were wrapping up the interview process. False. They are constantly interviewing and will hire anyone with a pulse, especially someone who is young and lacks life experiences. After getting the job, she told me this business was unlike any other and that she could eventually be her own business owner. She made it seem like the co-workers were the enlightened ones. Things started to seem a little fishy to me, but I brushed it off. After asking about what the job entailed, she told me she was actually having to go door to door and sell something to do with people's electric and gas bill. It was like a middleman between you and your electric company and would give you a secured rate. She immediately got this production board that she hung up in the apartment, and she would write daily the amount of money she made. I started to notice that almost every day she was making $0, and some days she might make 100 to 200. I started to get concerned because she was having to drive sometimes an hour to get to the field to sell. They would have her driving to low-income neighborhoods all over the area and spending a few days in there going door to door. They taught her really manipulative sales pitches, such as saying, I just signed your neighbor up, or I'm not selling anything, I'm making sure you have the price protection on your electric bill. Everything was a script. Her language even started to change when she would be at home. She started using the terms like negged out and today I rolled, which meant she made no money. I started to see her change a lot from this business, and it started to tell her it seemed like a cult mentality. It was highly offensive if I made any negative comments or concerns about the business, and she was taught to see people who were not in the business as almost an outsider. I became the dumbass who was working a 9 to 5 and wasn't on the same level as the Sidecore employees. I guess her boss finally was telling her to bring me over to their apartment. All the employees lived together, which is crazy to me. Probably because she wanted to make friends with me. Probably to sell me on the business. I decided to give it a chance to go over there with my friend and hang out and get to know her new colleagues. I had no interest in working the business, but I saw that it meant a lot to my friend if I went over there and met them. So I thought, why not? After a horrible experience over there, I decided that I would never be going back, and honestly, didn't even want my best friend to be involved with them. I called her in tears after I left and said, please come home. I'm worried for your safety. She ended up staying there. After that, I was done with anything to do with those people. I told my friend I respected she had to be around them, but I wanted nothing to do with them. And then I couldn't see why she had to spend every waking moment with them. It's cult mentality. They required her to be at team nights once or twice a week, which was a fancy way of saying going out to the bar and drinking and spending a lot of money and keeping all of their employees within close range. Anyone who wasn't in the business was an outsider, and it was not tolerated if you kept the company of those who were not involved. Eventually, I think they finally got in her head. They would say things about me like I was a negative person, I was dragging her down, etc. They knew I was onto them because I saw so many red flags and things just didn't seem right. The fact that she was required to spend almost every waking moment with them. They deterred her from seeing family and friends. She constantly had to be on team calls. She made no money. So they eventually got into her head enough for her to move out from it. Oh no. Okay, so they got in her head enough for her to move out of our apartment together and move in with them. She sent me a long message about how she had to move out and couldn't afford to pay the bills anymore. About how our friendship was being negatively impacted by us living together, not by these crazy cult members. She then moved out and moved in with them, and our friendship was over. She didn't believe me about the horrible experience I told her about when I was there and told me I was lying, and she took their side. I was then stuck with an apartment I could not afford on my own, and bills started to go late. It was a nightmare. This story does have a happy ending though. Soon after, I met my future husband. He moved in with me pretty early on because I was struggling financially so much. Him and I have been together almost 4 years now, and our wedding is on Halloween this year, which means it just passed. She sent me this email a long time ago. Happy newlyweds, happy Halloween, or late Halloween, and I hope you guys are doing amazing. I hope your wedding was amazing. Him and I just recently bought our first home, and I'm thriving. My best friend and I regained our friendship about 2 years ago. She said for the 2 years we weren't friends, she thought about it constantly and felt so bad for how things went down. She finally gained enough courage to message me, and I was over the moon when I got that message. I had already forgiven her long before that, but was too afraid to reach out and still wanted nothing to do with those people. She stayed in the business for 4 years to eventually be fired for being negative because she started to see the light too. She never became her own business owner. She was just a pawn of these people. She got out of the business about 6 months ago, moved home, and we are now inseparable again. She is a bridesmaid in my wedding and thriving. I just really want to get the word out about Sidecore, Smart Circle, etc. If it wasn't for her and I sitting and doing tons of research, I would have never figured out they were an MLM. They hide it so well. They ruin people's lives and leave people with a lost sense of self, because once people get out, they don't know how to function anymore. They don't know who they are anymore. All they know is a scripted lifestyle. All they know is to manipulate everyone around them and pull the wool over people's eyes. All they know is spending every waking moment with Sidecore, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, with Sidecore cult members to live with them, only associate with them, etc. They are all trained to lie, cheat, and steal to get to the top. I'm so thankful to have my friend back, and thankful she is relearning real life again. Thank you for your videos. They're making a difference. So I am so happy this person gave like an ending. Like, a lot of people will send me an email, but they won't tell me like how they're doing now or how they're doing after the fact, because a lot of people, when they're telling you their MLM horror story, are still going through the horror story, you know. But this is okay. I'll talk about the bad stuff in a second, but that's amazing. I'm so happy this person, you know, found their person, got married, and has their friend back in their life. I feel like this specific thing, I've heard about this before, but I actually haven't done a lot of research on MLMs who are like this, where you do door-to-door sales, people actually live together, and you have teams like that. Which that kind of sounds like something a friend of mine was doing a while back. So now I need to reach out to her because she didn't say it was an MLM or anything like that. She was doing something similar for a company where she was like the middleman or whatever, and she had like her sales team. And I thought it was like a car dealership thing. But it's crazy because those type of things where you have to like live with each other and stuff, I find to be even more wild and crazy than the MLMs, you know, where people are all over the country, all over multiple countries, and all you do is hop on like team calls. Because when you're with somebody that long, you start to not become like them, but you start to gain some of their, I would say like some of their lingo, and you start doing things similar. So, you know, a lot of times when you have a best friend or you have a spouse, sometimes they will get words of yours, or you will start saying words that they say, and you kind of get your own little lingo going. So if they're all living with each other and you're not just hopping on like a 1 hour team call every day or a 1 hour team call once a week, but you are with that person from the time you wake up and brush your dang teeth to the time you go to sleep, I feel like it's way worse. I feel like I would be, and I would probably have been in an MLM longer because you're not living with that person. You're paying bills. You don't have your own place to go back to. I feel like that, oh my gosh, is horrible. Like you are a real victim of something, in my opinion. Oh my gosh, I have no words. Like I don't even know what to say. My mind is all over the place after reading that because I can only imagine like how lost this girl was. You know, after losing her friend, yeah, she moved out and she kind of like stopped being friends with her friend, but they reconnected, so they're good. But to be in a house like that with those people for 4 years, for that long, could you imagine trying to get out of that MLM? Like I could not imagine trying to get out of that and like having to try and move, you know, without them knowing, or try and find apartments without telling them. Just things like that. That's so insane to me. Anyways, that is going to be it for telling the stories. And now I want to talk about the giveaway. Again, this is a collaboration with Isabella. I am going to link her channel. I love her so much. And specifically for this video, she had people send her MLM horror stories. Like she went on her community tab and people sent her MLM horror stories so we could do like the same type of video, because I know how much you guys love MLM horror stories. So we thought that this would be like the perfect thing for both of us to do. So I'm going to link her video down below. So hopefully her video is out right now. All of my videos go live at 9 a.m. Pacific time, and usually her videos go live 5 p.m. Central time. So I'll have to see when her video goes live, but I'll leave all that in the comments. So the giveaway again starts today. I'm so excited. So the giveaway starts today and it ends Christmas Eve. So that is the last day to enter the giveaway. Now, in order to enter the giveaway, I'm gonna have all the steps in the description, the comment section, and I'm gonna tell you them right here. 1, you must subscribe to my channel. So you have to be subscribed to my channel. You have to be subscribed to her channel. You have to comment below why you want to win the giveaway and a way to contact you, whether that be email, Instagram handle, whatever. And then go watch her video for her MLM horror stories and leave like a nice sweet comment. Let her know that you're coming from my channel in her comment section. And then an extra entry, if you do want extra entries, you can go and follow us on Instagram, which I will link that down below. So again, the giveaway ends and will be announced on Christmas Eve. And these are the things that are going to be in the giveaway. Again, I told you guys that this was going to be an insane one. So first off, the first couple things, I'm gonna pop up some pictures. I'm gonna go through this really, really fast so I don't take too long, but you're gonna get a lot of crap. That crap isn't like bad things, but just a lot of stuff. So first, you're gonna get the liquid IV hydration packets, which I use literally weekly. My husband uses them every day. You're going to get my favorite teas from Teavana that actually make the medicine ball from Starbucks. Then you're going to get Verb energy bars, which are my favorite. They are essentially like little energy bars, like with natural energy from green tea and all of that stuff. You're gonna get a Starbucks gift card. You're going to get my exact cup because I have to show you guys the hype around this cup. So I told her it had to be in the giveaway. And then you are also going to get this cute little Christmas ornament cup, which I'm super excited for. And that's not it, you guys. That's not the only thing you're going to be getting. Then you're going to get this whole entire skincare set, which is insane to me. Like the price of all of this stuff wrapped up. I'm gonna have to put like the price of everything together right here if you were to go and buy this stuff, because this is insane. You're also going to get 4 boxes of travel size collagen packets. You're also going to get the Main Magic 10-in-1 mousse from, I think it's Eva, NYX, and I don't want to say anything wrong. Then you're going to get a waxing kit, wax warmer, hair removal with wax melt or wax beads, so you can do your little hair removal at home. So you're going to get a waxing kit. You're going to get a skin cleaner, which Isabella likes to call the bad bitch. Okay, so you're going to get the skin cleaner. You're going to get 2-foot peel mask. You're going to get Briogeo hair masks. And then you're also going to get 2 cute travel bags full of mini makeup removers. Honestly, the shit can last you a long time. And then one of these 1000 bristle toothbrushes. To me, this is like insane. And clearly, if you're not going to use all of these things, you can gift them yourself. You can give them, you know, to your spouse, to your parent, to your sibling, to your best friend. If you are a male and you only see yourself using a couple of these items, you can also gift them to your girlfriend, boyfriend, you know, whoever is going to use this. I feel like a lot of these items can be used for he, she, they. I feel like everyone can use this stuff. So I'm like so excited. There's going to be makeup. There's going to be a ton of things. So again, I will leave here how to enter the giveaway. It's honestly just being subscribed to my channel, being subscribed to Isabella's channel. You have to comment in this video saying why you want to win this. Like, why do you want to win this giveaway? I feel like a lot of these things are self-care related, which I love. So I feel like if you're someone who just needs a little self-care day, you need a little Christmas gift. Maybe this year you're not getting a lot. Maybe you can't afford these things yourself. I really want to know why you want to win this giveaway and a way to contact you. Extra entries can be over on Instagram if you want to follow both of us there. And then you must go watch her video, comment on her video, and let her know that you are coming from me, because I want to go to her comments and want to see all of this community. I feel like we need a name for our community. So I know my channel members are called like tea finders, tea sippers, tea spillers. Everything's like coffee related with my brand. What do you think we should call ourselves? I feel like I always call this a community and I want to build a community, but what is our community called? Leave suggestions down below what we should call ourselves. I don't know, but I want her to know that our community is there and we came from over here. So that is going to be all for this video. Super excited. Again, the giveaway winner is going to be announced on Christmas Eve. I'll probably post it in the comment section in this video, and I will also post it on the community tab and contact that person, whichever way you told me to contact you in the comments down below. So that is going to be all. I hope that you guys enjoyed this fun Vlogmas video, and I'll see you guys in the next Vlogmas video.